What's good, fam? Thank you guys for your patience. Brother Ali is in the building, and we are ready to rock and roll. Tag your friends, share this video, subscribe to the page, share this page with everybody that you know because vital information comes through this page. Tonight, we're going to talk about our December fast, some ARNA updates, and some other stuff that we know is important to recount. It's been a hell of a year. We're headed towards 2022. I can remember the year 2012 like it was yesterday. Matter of fact, I can remember 2007 like it was yesterday. It's about to be 2022. All right, for those of you who don't know us, this might be your first time ever encountering us. Most of the time, I come and I speak on behalf of the Aboriginal Republic of North America, the Shiamaru tribal government, and its institutions to share with the public what we do, how we function, and to offer that knowledge so it can help improve your life in some type of way. The best type of improvement that you can make is to understand government, understand nationality, understand jurisdiction, and become aware that the people that are called African Americans have been completely lied to about their national origin and identity. And in fact, that group of people who are called African Americans are kind of like a mix of various groups of indigenous people. So we kind of box each other in the same bracket because of our experience with genocide and denationalization, but we don't all have the same national origin prior to that genocide and denationalization. For the most part, we do, but in some instances, we don't. And that takes research, maybe genetic studies, lineage, genealogy, research, all that type of stuff. So, with that being said, if anybody on this particular live, through all the platforms, participated with one of our law firms, Indigenous of the North, then you're well aware that we had a lawsuit against Indigenous of the North, uh, prosecution against Indigenous of the North for various crimes, breaches of contract, etc. As of today, prior to this, I received the order for a warrant. And then today, we won in court. Indigenous of the North is still marketing itself as an open institution. It is not. The judgment will be posted to the ARNA government website, and what it will show is what the Jural Society decided based on the charges that we brought against that particular entity. And we won on all counts. I believe there were 8 or 9 counts. And so now the headquarters law firm can remedy anyone who went through them if they were sent through processes and not completed. We can just take over completely now. Prior to that, we couldn't because we didn't know what they were going to decide. You know, if they decided against us, then it would be no need to take over those particular things because they could, resume activity and function. But they lost. And so I'm glad that's over because in most instances, when it deals with jurists, because that department is under the chief executive as far as credentialing, then it all falls on my office. Everything that is a breach, you know. So I'm glad that's done. I'm glad that's over. If you are seeing indigenous of the North promote themselves as still in business, they're not. They're shut down, and we plan on moving forward into the jurisdiction of the foreign venue to carry out execution of the $29,000 that they have breached, and they're using the internet to do it, which is a crime. And we have our tribal order, which will be accepted, in interaction with the federal government on their side, so we can charge them. And so the lesson in that for all of the jurists is keep your client file books clean, because I promise I'm coming after your ass. Because guess what? When people get injured, because I'm more of a public figure than most of y'all, they come to me like I'm personally responsible. And although I'm not personally responsible, because all these people have different law firms and all these other things, usually I become in some way responsible to handle it. And so because I don't like that taken away from everything else that I'm doing, trust me, I'm coming after y'all asses. I don't care if we dap, we cool. I don't care nothing about that. I care about people not being breached and the protocols being executed. So our friendship will end very quickly if you're breaching protocols, because I'm coming after your ass. I don't care how long we knew each other. I don't care how many peace gods we gave each other. If you in breach, I'm coming after your ass. I'm talking about in-house ARNA people. I'm not talking about nobody else. So get your shit straight. All right, because we're already at odds with our natural enemies who have worked for years to physically harm us and politically harm us, publish it in newspapers on us, do all kind of stuff against us. We're already up against that. We have no time for a bunch of disorderly coons in our space. All right. So smash that like button. Let's get these views up so I can get this shit cranking, because we're about to capsize some more people who are deceiving the world's indigenous populations. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to it, because we're about to go in. Now, the first thing is the December fast. The December fast. We are recommending that you use this book that me and Leanna wrote, co-authored. All right, so you can see the authors of this book, who we are. All right. All right. So we wrote this book, and it's filled with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of recipes to transition you into the type of nutrition that you need to be on. All right. So starting on Wednesday, we will be doing the day fast, where we do not eat during the day unless it's supplements or hydration. And at sunset, we have one meal. I recommend in very great detail that you follow what I'm about to say. When you eat that one meal, eat it over the span of about an hour, which means you have to eat slowly because you want to get the amount of nutrients that you need in. Secondly, it teaches you one of the things that is the most undertaught thing in nutrition, and that is properly chewing your food, whatever it may be, if it's solid food. Properly chewing your food. I watch people eat all the time and they barely chew. It has a lot to do with high parasite rates in your body. It has a lot to do with this culture of fast food or eating fast or eating on the go, not eating in a comfortable environment. Eating is, y'all talk about rituals. You know how important a ritual eating is? You know how many metabolic processes you start when you start eating? You know how many changes go on in the body while you're eating, and you running and eating and running and eating and running and eating and running and eating, and you're stress putting stress on the digestive tract while your body is stressed, while you're moving. So you have to learn what a meal actually is. A meal is when you sit down, you're undisturbed by a whole bunch of stuff, unless it's just like communication between people, and you eat. You enjoy your food. You enjoy the preparation of your food, and you eat. All right. If you've already been on this type of diet for a while, we recommend that you only eat fruits, vegetables, and grains during this, and your supplements during this fast. If you are coming off of stuff like pork and all the other stuff, then we recommend that you eat the type of meats that we recommend that you eat in your transition. Things like salmon, sea bass, bison. Those are just main three. It could be others, but those are three safe ones that you can transition to easily without digestive problems and severe detox and that kind of thing. All right. So this book is available online. Hard copy is on sale at readtoheal.com. So you can get a hard copy if you want it. Or if you want the ebook, you can go to aboriginalmedicalassociation.com. The ebook is on sale for $40. And that goes off sale on, let's see, tonight is Sunday. It goes off sale tomorrow. So you got one more day to get this book as an ebook. And the sale for the physical copy goes away on Monday too. So you want to order, whichever one you order by Monday, because Leanna has to mail those books to you. So you want to get them in time. And if you get the ebook, it's an automatic download. All right. We need nutrition that's based on our body. Now, I'm writing a new book. It was titled The Science of Weight Loss, Weight Gain, and Exercise Science, but I wanted to incorporate stuff I've been studying over the last decade and intensely the last 3 years because I have more equipment, DNA equipment, etc. And so I can do more testing. And so what I found, which is already in public literature, but what I'm doing is unique. And I'm going to tell you why, very simply. An example of this is I took a DNA methylation test. All right. I'm 46 years old. I took a DNA methylation test and I came out to be, as far as biology is concerned, 27 years old through the DNA methylation test. Anybody can take a DNA methylation test. Our lab is not doing a DNA methylation test yet because, it takes a little bit more sophistication than we're ready for, but we'll be ready for it early next year. We're just getting stuff in order. So what a DNA methylation test does is it takes the epigenome, all right, which is a part of the genome that is not the part that is dealing with what's called transcription and translation directly and being read. All right. And the methyl group is a hydrocarbon group. So it can inhibit gene expression in cells. Inhibit means stop, right? Or shut down particular types of expression. So here's the truth. If you've never heard this before, then you need to understand that other nationalities are on this, and this is why you have organ trafficking. This is why your bodies are so important. This is why Black women have to stay ratchet, stupid, and dumb so they can get your placenta and your cord blood and all of this stuff. Why they want you to have an abortion so they can get this what I'm about to say is why. Aging itself is a product of the inability of the epigenome to remember how to diversify cells from pluripotent stem cells to their specific diverse type of cell. Cells get confused and start to forget. One of the key things that causes them to forget is irregular DNA methylation that does not inhibit properly, and then you stop synthesizing certain enzymes. So you might start growing hair on your shoulder, or women who are growing hair over their lips. This is displaced cell reproduction. The cells are confused now. They're confused in talking to each other. They're confused on the inside. They're confused on where they're supposed to be located on the body, etc. And so nutrition plays a huge part in DNA methylation inconsistencies on the epigenome. And so, voila, you age faster. Now, coming to indigenous people, vitamin D3 is the key. I've been telling y'all this over and over and over and over and over again. I'm going to keep saying it. Vitamin D3, what you're calling vitamin D3, which is not a vitamin, it is a hormone. It is the key in the factor of the epigenome keeping its memory in our bodies. All right? In our bodies. So, getting the proper type of vitamin D3, living in areas where it's warmer, throughout, you can get sunlight throughout the year in the South. Supplementing properly with the proper vitamin D3. We gave y'all the 3 types of vitamin D3 that you would want to get. Well, 4 actually. The sun is number 1. All right. The second, well, I go to the 4th one. The 4th one is we can take vitamin D3. We, meaning Native Labs, can take vitamin D3 from your own body and reproduce it and make it a personalized supplement for you. We'll have that going in 2022. Let me explain something about those procedures. What y'all don't understand is that artificial intelligence and human genome activity and the Neuralab, the Neuralink, all of these types of technologies are about to wipe out all the other technologies completely. Even the pharmaceutical industry is what? Now making genetic-based vaccines, mRNA and DNA. Y'all don't see what's about to happen. So y'all sitting here dumb as fuck, looking at me talk about Native Labs and ARNA and government like a fucking deer with your headlights on. And what you don't realize is the people in ARNA are the only black people that are going to fucking survive in America. I promise you. Because y'all slow to death motherfuckers are sitting here listening to the weirdest motherfuckers online, doing all kind of weird shit, investing in weird shit, and y'all don't recognize what's really happening and what you really need to do in order to change this shit. So fuck every conscious nigga on the internet talking a bunch of dumb shit who's not talking about jurisdiction and institutions for indigenous peoples globally. Because your conversation actually is a fucking time warp that nobody can fucking use to do anything in now or in the very near future. So people think they're safe with this little bullshit ass way they do economy, bullshit ass hustling, bullshit ass way of barely making it. It's a sign, it's a bad sign. I ain't even going to insult you like that, but it's a bad sign of where you are. So the vitamin D3, we can extract the vitamin D3 from your body. Yes, clone it. Y'all motherfuckers be talking about, oh, motherfucker, you don't even know what you're talking about. You are a clone. In the real sense of what a clone is. Y'all not scientists, so y'all spooked out and y'all listening to people online. As soon as you hear the word clone, you think negative. Just like as soon as you hear the word hybrid, you think negative. But one of the healthiest food in the history of human beings is watermelon, which is a hybrid. So poorly educated, spooky people cannot survive in a world of science because everything is about what they believe. I sit around people, right? And they start talking about nutrition and health. Matter of fact, I got books stacked up in here that I done wrote. And instead of asking me a question, which I'm a specialist in the field, I'm about to go Google what I should. I'd be sitting there like, your problem is you're not used to being around intelligent people. You're used to being around a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. So you think that everybody is dumb who has 2 arms and 2 legs with brown skin. So yes, we will clone your vitamin D3, make it as a supplement, put it in your body. So from the sun to that, fourth one. The second one was extracting it from pine pollen, because pine trees are the only trees known to produce vitamin D3 that is commensurate with the indigenous body structure. And if you study native history amongst Aboriginals, you will see how much they were using the pine tree medicinally. All right. And lastly, certain wild fish and bison have high levels of vitamin D3 that are commensurate with your structure. Besides those, you don't have any. You got vegan vitamin D formulas made from fungi. You got other ones made from lamb and skin and all kind of crazy shit going on out here, bro. So, y'all need the vitamin D3 as a supplement because it's going to help you with your genome, improve your genome. All right. The importance of the sun cannot be stressed enough. Sunlight cannot be stressed enough. Y'all living in New York, y'all depressed, y'all living in Philly, y'all living in Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, cold, all these cold ass areas, and you're not getting enough sunlight. All right. So y'all need to do that because it's going to improve your health. And so when you are fasting and you're doing these things, you need to be taking supplements. See, this is why spooky people don't need to be leading. Because if we're doing an indigenous Ramadan, these motherfuckers are going to go to you and they're going to tell you, right? They're going to tell you that, oh, well, the Quran says this. First of all, you don't even know how to read it. Second of all, you don't know who wrote it. Third of all, it's 1,400 years old. And the Quran itself admits that there is a book or books superior to it. Bah! In walks the al-Kitab. What is the al-Kitab? It is the source, record from the source. Kitab means a record. We say book, but it means a record of something, to record, a memory. Or umi means a source. And it was later applied to mother. So some people say mother book or whatever. The al-Kitab is described as the book of wisdom that is with the Malaikat, 24 scientists, who we were taught extract from it to write various scriptures. So don't come to me telling me what's in the Quran because you don't even know. I promise you. And then secondly, we have wisdom that's way greater than the Quran. The Quran is not going to tell you need vitamin D3 and what types and where to get it from. Relativity, living your time. Living your time, bro. The spooky shit is killing y'all. So the al-Kitab, or this book, you can get this book too. This is on sale till Monday. All right. Or you can try to hop in the course. And this should be a part of your study for Ramadan as well, because it's going to help you. And lastly, study for Ramadan. If you don't have this book, you can get the ebook. It's available online. I haven't been sending out hard copies of this except for a few people who order it, but I don't even have enough to serve hundreds of people. So you have to get the ebook on this. And what this book does right here is ends all debates on the history of Islam. Now, you might say, well, what does that have to do with Aboriginal history? I refer you back to the books of Dr. Barry Fell, who was a Harvard University professor who I started studying way back in the early 2000s. And the reason why I was studying him because I wanted to understand the Aboriginal and the connection between the Moors in West Africa. And so I got it. He cleared it all up. He showed the scripts with the Mayan scripts and the Kufic scripts, the schools in Nevada, Texas, what is now New Mexico and Arizona, what is now Mexico. All right. But then I got other literature as I was going through the war stuff to prove that the Moors and the Aboriginals here in the South allied against the Spanish, the French, the British. I got all the proof. All right. So with that, why that is important is it gives cultural context to what happened to you as a people. It gives cultural context to what people are really hiding. Ain't no damn Illuminati. These people want you to know one thing. That one, you're not African. You are not African. Every time you use the word, you curse yourself because that is a white woman deity who the Romans prayed to fight against Aboriginal people. Every time you call yourself African, you cursing yourself, and you don't even know it. Because that shows that you're dumb, one, and two, you're not willing to study. The Africans ain't African. I'm gonna say it one more time. The Africans are not African. So what are you talking about? We learned in 1930. Why does the devil call our people African? And for those who are in the know, you know who asked that question and you know who gave the answer. You know who asked that question and you know who gave the answer. Now you just have to ask, why would a smart person, a super, super intelligent person, put that there for you to study for the last damn near 100 years? And you still don't get it. So what the fuck is African spirituality? Nothing. What the fuck is spirituality, period? Let me stop on that because now we're doing the fast and we got to get into our studies and people be getting real spooky. Spirituality is retarded the way that y'all understand it. Spire means to breathe. Everybody is spiritual, whether they're dysfunctionally spiritual or functionally spiritual, has nothing to do with anything but the way that they breathe, if you want to use the definition of the term. Now, if you're going to go outside of that, you're going to start talking about entities and entities and entities. I'm about to play my song Religion for y'all. First of all, there are higher levels of awareness. But if you don't even know what to eat, you don't even know your heritage. You ain't talking to nobody. Ain't nobody. Y'all ain't here talking about y'all astral traveling and all kind of shit, man. Y'all motherfuckers need a cuckoo house. For real. Somebody need to tell y'all this. Sometimes I don't even like telling y'all this because I don't like ruining the party. But y'all are going into extinction. One of the signs of going into extinction is the inability to manifest or provide in the schematic of the survival of the fittest. And you're not fit to survive in a world full of growing science at light speed levels, and you still talking about praying to ancestors, venerating ancestors. Oh, the ancestors, the ancestors. How the fuck y'all niggas love ancestors more than your descendants? Meaning the people who just came from you or who will come from you in the future. You are so tied into the fucking necromancy, you don't even want to focus on what will the next 3 or 4 generations look like based on what I do, because you've been stripped of your divinity. People who stripped of their divinity don't plan like that. White people are way more divine than any of you coons because they are concerned with the future of survival of the fittest and the integrity of their lineage, even if they are mutants. They're way more advanced than you and way more intelligent. And you can get mad all you want, but you can't manifest anything by being mad at me. What you need to do is recognize that, you know what? When the truth is spoken, I need to accept it and become a better person. That's it. That's it. But you've been groomed to look at black skin and think nothing valuable is going to come from it. When this is gold, shit. I listen, I don't even worry about these people. I'm going to say it, I'll say it live. They are beneath me. They are beneath me. I don't touch them. I barely talk to them. I don't want to be around them. They're beneath me. What would I listen? Don't let me start the lecture like that. Let me get myself back on focus. All right, so we're talking about the December fast, and it goes from December 1st to December 30th. All right. On December 30th, we have the Indigenous Ball, and that will be here in Atlanta. So that's a nice, very elegant white carpet affair where we gonna come real plush, have us a nice evening of talent show, entertainment, all of that. We have a good time. Then we're doing the celebration. All right, we call it the serious celebration. All right, because it's not the New Year. We know the New Year is the vernal equinox, but that date is important because it represents something about star time. And we went over that over and over and over again. If you don't understand that, go search the lecture, the Grinch Who Stole Ramadan, and you'll get all the details on we are using the softwares and charting the stars and doing all that stuff. And with that being said, let me say something to all the followers and students of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. If you're under Minister Farrakhan or whoever you're under, you've been duped. You've been duped. You could take this one book right here and I'll wash all of y'all up based on what y'all doing. Ain't no way you got a soul. And when I say soul, I'm talking about your connection to the sun. Because when you connected to the sun, you're healthy. So having a soul means you're a healthy person. And you're connected to your Wi-Fi systems in this universe. The sun, the planets. Y'all have to get into studying this to understand what I'm talking about. But ain't no way in 2021, and I've been teaching this shit right here for 2 decades. Ain't no fucking way y'all sitting y'all asses up there with y'all know what uniform we wear and what it means. And you fucking sucking sand out of a ass. Ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no nigga on earth can make me do that. So I already know what type of nigga you are. I don't care who you are. Because some of the people might be my friends and like, oh, bro, what you talking about? You talking about me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. That's what you do when you love people. You tell them the fucking truth. If you sucking ass out of the Arabs, sucking sand out of the Arabs' ass because Minister Farrakhan told you, because whoever told you, I don't care what Islamic scholar on earth is telling you to do that. Man, go ahead. Keep doing it. You're not going to be able to survive with the heat I'm going to bring on you because you will not be able to mention Elijah. We're going to make you look stupid. Same thing with people in other systems that are from our slave masters. Y'all get mad at me all y'all want. I make people mad all the time, but y'all can't do nothing about it because I done been through these schools, so I know what they really represent. Black people jumped on E5 and went crazy with it. Everybody entitled to their religious beliefs or whatever, but when the shit get critical and it becomes survival of the fittest, I have to do my job. My job is to tell you it's some bullshit. The way that you're getting it, the way that you're getting the curriculum, the way that it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Then next, we have something that goes further into antiquity that's more functional for modern times for you to use on a daily basis to govern yourself. So that's on y'all. That's on y'all. I don't care how many headpieces y'all put on, how many bow ties y'all put on. If you sucking sand out of an Arab's ass, and if a leader who knew Elijah Muhammad is making you do that, see, y'all too scared to call a spade a spade. You don't have your see when you get into your manhood for real, none of that shit means anything to you. All that nepotism and want to be cool and want to follow somebody popular, that shit don't mean nothing to you. I mean nothing. I don't even like when people call me chief. Fuck you calling me chief for? My name is Ali. Chief is a position. Am I a position? I don't be one to, come at people like that, like I'm antagonistic. But my name is Ali. I was born with the name Ali. But we're so used to falsely worshiping motherfuckers for whatever reason that we start calling people titles. You know what I mean? So we got to get out of that. What we got to get into is cohesive, cooperative group institutional building so we can make differences in the lives of the people who come after us. Because, none of that is meaningful. Like, motherfucker, we're going to be ashes in a little while. There'll be children's children here, 5 generations, whatever. I want you, now we can answer our own question. Look at the Black community. Look how they operate. And tell me where we will be in 5 generations. You tell me. If we're not doing the stuff that I'm talking about. What will we be, bruh? The illusion is they give you a bunch of rich fucking mannequins who you start worshiping and idolizing. And then that makes you think that the condition is not that bad because, we got Jay-Z, we got Beyonce, we got Oprah, we got Michael Jordan, we got whoever, Kanye West, I don't know, whoever. That's that mannequin shit. That's the mannequin shit. Their children are going to be wiped out too. I don't care how many rhymes Jay-Z make about paintings he bought that's going to appreciate value in the future. I don't care how good that shit sounds to you. Intelligent people know what's being said and know what's happening. So we don't get caught up into that shit. We get caught up into real life shit. And real life shit is this. How functional is your family? And how functional are those families networking with other families on that same code to promulgate institutions in a national jurisdiction? And even if you don't fuck with ARNA, even if you don't like us, even if you don't whatever, we give people the blueprint to do what we do. So it's no fucking excuse. You can go right over there, wherever you operate your indigenous governing system. You have the right to do on this land, and that's it. Get to work. Because after that, you can't cap no more. All this capping and shit, niggas be on here talking, motherfucker, yeah, I want to be a jurist or whatever, boom, boom. As soon as you got to open a local jurisdiction, that show me where your manhood is. You can't do it. You have people who become jurists in ARNA who can't open a local jurisdiction. Because to open a local jurisdiction, you got to be a real man to deal with real life problems, ups and downs. People don't like this person, arbitration, court shit that we talk. You got to deal with all of that because all that nigga shit is still up in us, and we gotta get rid of it. So one of the first things I learned when I came into the FOI was eat 1 meal a day. Eat 1 meal a day. And what you don't know is they talking about it now, intermittent fasting. You're gonna take what the messenger said and put a little spin on it. Because you don't want to associate with him. You want to associate with the white people who made up the term intermittent fasting. Then the DNA specialists are saying, oh yeah, intermittent fasting helps slow aging. So smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. You are in the circle of the scientists. And the information that we drop in here is like nothing that you've ever heard. And I'm being light right now. I'm not even going into no details. You know what I mean? Because I know how certain people get, with certain things. And we could argue all day about it, but it don't mean nothing to me if you're not dealing with facts. The fact is that most black people Africanize themselves and jump right into Ifa, and that's another slave master's religion. Anything coming from the Oyo kingdom is your slave masters. I don't care what DNA test you did. We about to wipe all that shit out anyway. Y'all don't know what markers they're using. Y'all don't know how they're contriving this shit and why they're contriving this shit. Henry Louis Gates, what's the girl's name? The one who married the dude who was the CEO of Google, Wojcicki or whatever. She's at 23andMe. They telling y'all now what they were doing the whole time, collecting your DNA to sell it to pharmaceutical industries and other companies who want to make genetic-based medicine. Now, what I'm telling y'all is we are light years ahead of them because we know the trick. We know the biodiversity. So they're not going to deal with the biodiversity on the level that we deal with, because to do that is to teach you that you're God, the supreme being, not the spooky one. They will have to confess that you are genetically superior to them, and they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. That's not their job to do that. I don't expect them to do that. I expect them to be evil, fucked up, crazy, because that's their nature. What these people do don't surprise me. That's like asking why, a bee is going to make honey, and you arguing with the bee about making honey. Y'all arguing with non-humans about being humane. Yeah, that's the degree of a lack of awareness that's present. You're arguing with non-humans to be human. So, we want to make sure that we're using our cultural heritage to ignite. So now, let me tell you the importance of this time period. The winter solstice. The winter solstice in the Quran is called Laylat al-Qadr. All right? Some translate that to the night of power. I translate it to the night of predestination. Al-Qadr is a concept that deals with prophecy. It deals with self-fulfilling prophecy. It deals with the science of prophecy, right? So why is December 21st, 22nd, whenever the solstice occurs, important? It is important simply because the Earth's, the sun, and the Sagittarius A constellation all line up. They do it every year. And it is the time where you have the most heightened levels of self-awareness and revelation. Your Quran is supposed to be revealed to you. And if you don't read the Quran, you need to go read so you can understand that in Yom el-Qiyamah, put the Quran aside, you are supposed to be getting your book revealed to you. Your book. You are your book. And this is the time that heightened awareness happens. Period. Ramadan is the 9th month of the calendar. The calendar starts in March. So as soon as you get to November, That's why we went over the whole Thanksgiving thing. Nova means 9. This is the ninth month from the winter solstice that we are in right now. I mean, from the vernal equinox, the spring equinox, moving towards the winter solstice. So Layla Al Qadra is based on that alignment, and we have a cultural practice that we practice. All right. So we have a morning meditation, a noon meditation, a sunset meditation, and a non obligatory midnight meditation. And what are those things supposed to do? All right. The sun is important to what we call salat, and the word salat basically is a salute to the sun. So at any given point that the earth is spinning, the earth's magnetic field, depending on its angle towards the sun, produces a charge in the atmosphere. This is why when you are born, we can develop a birth chart and chart out your attributes and be consistent and say, in this polarity, first polarity, this is the general psychology of the people. In this polarity, this is we can go through and do that. Now, y'all call it astrology because y'all don't know where it comes from. It's not astrology. Another watered down system from the original system. So, with that being said, these times are times you are supposed to tap in. All right. And this is a part of understanding your culture. The way that you got to think is way different than how you think now. But suffice to say, at Fadra, we do manifestation visualizations. These are this is the sun is coming over the horizon, or the earth is turning into the light of the sun. And as soon as you are turning from dark to light, what is happening there? What is happening in the atmosphere? The photons from the sun are now igniting sight, physical sight. You can see better. So that's the time you're supposed to be visualizing things you want to bring into existence, not chanting fucking dumbass words and not knowing what you're chanting to a exterior mystery god who don't have ears to listen to you or eyes to see you. At noon, the sun is the earth is in perfect balance with the sun. That's the time you want to put inside of your head in your meditations things that need balance in your life. Some things are out of order. You're excessive doing this or that. All right. All your OCD. Get that balance. Sunset, the earth is turning out of the light of the sun. So that's the time to meditate on the things you want to get rid of, the people, the circumstances that you want to get rid of. All right. And then if you do the midnight meditation, you're just supposed to clear your mind and be receptive. And those are the 4 cardinal points, that are discussed in Surah 9, Ayat 36. It's astronomy. Period. So where did 5 prayers a day come from? Where did this come from? Oh, I should be able to pray as much as I want. Everything happens on a circadian rhythm in the universe. This is the lawless mind that we have been taught. I do what I want when I want to do it. Go ahead, live that way. Imagine if everything around you was like that. Imagine if everything was like that. If nothing operated on a circuit or circadian rhythm. What kind of fucking universe would you have if I do what I want to do when I want to do it because I want to do it and I do it? The people who think like that are the most reckless, dysfunctional motherfuckers on earth. And you need to stay away from people like that. It's really a sign of being really stupid. That's all. Like, really stupid. And some people, oh, Brother Ali, why you got to use name calling? Well, everything in the universe is name calling. You have a name. I call it. No, you don't want nobody to call you on your bullshit. Your spooky shit. You praying to dumb shit. Oh, Allah, please. Oh, Allah, please. Oh, Allah, please. and you looking around, who or what are you praying to, bruh? How much you really think about that? If I wanted to send you an email, right? I'd be like, oh, what's your email address? Why? Because I want the destination to go to somewhere. I want the information to be sent to a specific place. You'd be like, oh, I'll have an email. But you can email me. Email me, but I don't have an email. How retarded is that? Email me, but I don't have an email, but you can email me. That's what you sound like praying to a mystery God. I don't know where you are, I don't know what you are, but I'm going to send you this thought. I'm going to send you this prayer. I know you're going to get it. I don't care what y'all say. Spookiness is destroying the black community. It is absolutely destroying the black community. It's destroying us. It's nonsensical bullshit. Every time you invoke a mystery God, you're invoking dysfunction. And you're proving that you don't have the confidence in yourself or the awareness of yourself of how much power you have. That's pretty simple. We ain't got to go over that, you know. What else do we want to cover? Because I want to stay within my time period. Yeah. I can't think of anything else. I think I covered everything. I don't like to be on here long. Somebody said I think Ali be drinking during his lives because he's saying things that no Muslim would ever say. Fuck Muslims and fuck all y'all. I'm not associated with y'all. I don't want to be associated with y'all at all. Y'all go over there and have your way. I don't want Muslims to say what I'm saying. Because the man who taught me all that was bullshit anyway. Matter of fact, go over there with all those Muslims who bowing down to the West and Europe and everywhere else, and you go live over there. Go take your black ass over there and live, and watch what they do to your black ass. Watch what they do. I'm gonna stay right here where my ancestors are from. So, no, I'm not drunk. I had a smoothie. This was a mango, pineapple, lime smoothie. But see, you're better off saying, you know what? I disagree with you. I don't see it like that, right? And shit, we just don't see eye to eye. We just see it differently. But instead, you have to accuse me of being drunk. I know it was a light pun, but you know, I'm just saying. So ain't nobody worry about no fucking Arabia, fuck Mecca, fuck Medina, fuck all those places. Because first of all, Islam didn't even start in Mecca, so we ain't even got to go over all of that. But yeah, y'all can leave that alone. I'll take y'all own book and whip your ass with it. All I gotta do is prove from the Quran that the black man is God, and then just leave you with the rest of the book. I'm gonna leave you with the rest of the book. I'm gonna prove the black man is God in the Quran, and then y'all can have that shit. So you don't even have to refer to me as Muslim, because I would rather you not refer to me as Muslim, even though I might refer to myself as that. I would rather you not refer to me as Muslim, so you don't associate me with the chicanery and the bullshit that you're associated with. Don't call me that. Y'all can have that. I am the original man. Period. Before there was a Quran, before y'all were uttering the word Allah, before any of these books that were written, they have all all been tampered with. But if you want to be a low-level peasant, go right ahead. Because all y'all black Muslims ain't doing shit here anyway. What y'all doing? Like I said, y'all only sucking sand out of an Arab's ass. That's all y'all do. The ulama, all of it. That's all y'all do. Y'all don't do nothing else. Y'all don't do nothing else. The fact that y'all don't even know that a year is 365 days in the Quran, that lets me know that y'all have a problem. Y'all got a big problem. They got a big problem. So, y'all can follow your fake Ramadans and do anything that y'all want. I won't bother y'all. I'm in my own space, educating the people um, who need that education. All right. Yeah. You do, Raheem Abdullah, you do know Arabic. So I never knew a language that was called Arabic in the history of the world. And you, there's not one. And I can take this Quran and show you there's no language called Arabic. The Arabs were hated by Muhammad in the Quran. Hated, detested, called the worst of people, the worst of hypocrites. So y'all can have that. And let me be clear, Al-Arabi and Al-Arabiya are two different things. All right? It's called a homonym. So if you're not into linguistic studies, you don't know what a homonym is. All right? Um, two words can sound familiar or be spelled the same way and have two different meanings, or have the same sound and have two different meanings. If I say I am Ali and this is Ali's I, anybody in English knows that the sounds are phonetically the same, but the spelling is different. But English is a bastard language and it gets this homonym concept from older languages. And when you get the word mubin and Arabiya in the Quran, it is discussing the quality of the language, not the name of the language. The name of the language is Quran. That's where you get the word Quran from the root word. So, and it means to recite. That was the original use when Abd al-Malik was working to scribe the book down. That was the original name of the language. There is no language in the history of man named Arabic, ever. Arabiya deals with the clarity, the claim of the clarity and the mubin, the clearness, the easy to understand nature of the Qara script. So y'all can have that shit. We ain't got to talk to y'all. Stay y'all ass over in Sunnyville. Go suck some sand out of an Arab's ass. And why are you even on my live anyway? You couldn't be possibly be interested in anything that I'm going to say. You know what I mean? Y'all can have all of y'all dirty little religions. We don't want them. We don't want no parts of them. Y'all welcome to practice them if y'all like. Anybody gonna bother y'all? But y'all too slow. Y'all way too slow. Too retarded. You know what I mean? Literally too retarded. Y'all can't even uh, decipher the meaning of Al-Fatiha correctly. So y'all can have that. And we're not even here to talk about no damn religion. We are here to talk about health and fasting. Y'all motherfuckers can go sacrifice a lamb and eat some damn sacrificed lamb or whatever y'all do. Halal. Yeah, go eat some. What is that? What the fuck is halal lamb? Lamb is a grafted animal, a high ammonia nitrogenous animal, which is increasing your urea in your liver. So every time you eat it, you're destroying your liver, your enzymes, your protein synthesis, your ability to detox the ammonia. Like y'all slow, 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 slow. So y'all could go ahead. If y'all following a God that can't even tell y'all what to eat, man, please. I think the bigger picture here is that the further we get away from deception, the happier we are, the more peaceful we are, and the more productive that we are as people. We don't need none of that. Nah, I'm cool. um, yeah, that's all right. They shut it down on IG. All right, I'm gonna bring y'all back on. Give me a second. And don't feel bad when people make statements in the chat. They don't divert me from what we should be discussing, or it's all good because it's going to help us learn. That's how you learn. You learn on the go. You learn in real time. And there are a lot of people who are deceived out here. And so our job is to tell the truth. Our job is to give a better methodology to thinking for people so they know how to vet all of this bullshit so they don't get trapped in it. And one of the things that religions will do is you believe it's from God, so you think it's from the ultimate authority, and then everything in it, you don't scrutinize it. Like a scientist, you approach it like a believer. And there's no word for belief in Islam. None. Mu'min doesn't mean belief. It's from the word amin, and amin means a covenant or a contract. And the reason why they were called that is because they were making contracts as the jurisdiction extended. Like, y'all read Egyptian literature, Islamic literature, Aboriginal literature, all this in a spooky context because you don't realize that these were governing bodies, jurisdictions. People operated governments. So, you know, the enemy did a real good job of confusing y'all. A really good job. But we're not here for that. We're here for what we explain. And I think we're pretty clear. Let me go to review. Make sure that you get the ebook or the physical book so you can learn the recipes, because you need to incline yourself to improve eating through performance. If you make three recipes a week, three new recipes a week, and you do that for 6 months, right? Shoot, you just made like 75 new recipes that you could add to, you know, uh, what you're eating. And you're going to improve your health. Not based on belief, not based on what a guru taught you, based on the actual manifestation, the performance. You shouldn't have, your wife should be happy when you take your shirt off. Just because you in your 30s or 40s or 50s, you shouldn't be looking. You should be able to see your body as it is, a very healthy body. Okay, your wife might love you, and yeah, she does love you, but she'll be much happier if you were physically strong, bro. Not with a big ass pot belly filled with maggots and cheese and all that kind of other stuff. And vice versa. Nobody want no ugly wife. Oh, I'm older now, so I got fat. You're not gonna get fat around us. First of all, it's illegal to be obese in ARNA. It's unlawful to be obese in ARNA. You could be brought up on charges for being overweight. Which leads me to the next discussion. The Rites of Passage basic training starts the first week of January. And so once a month, we have basic training. All right. And we only off in the months of Ramadan and during the summit. So in basic training, you have to perform your health, you know. Um, and so we're going to detail that. And of course, we have class twice a month. Twice a month class, basic training once a month. And the purpose of the classes is to increase knowledge of the governing systems of ARNA, to improve the economy, to learn the system of marriage, and to improve the overall quality of the families. That's all. So first week, sisters and brothers, Saturday and Sunday. and it will be national class. So in some instances, we'll be outside because we might be running on the track, doing a PT test. Other instances, we'll be studying particular materials for that week. So this month, we'll get the curriculums out for the local jurisdiction so they can implement that. And if you're not in the local jurisdiction in your jurisdiction, you need to open a local jurisdiction. Because jurists who don't open local jurisdictions, we're going to temporarily suspend your jurist privileges because you're supposed to open a local jurisdiction. So you got to be a man. Step up. You got to be a man. You got to take control of your community. If you don't want to take control of your community, what are you doing with this information? I know what you're doing. You're online and you're scamming people. Because if you're not involving yourself in building your family and building your community actually up, what are you actually here to do? You're only here for commerce. And if you're only here for commerce with the world of internet, then we already know what that turns into. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else that I haven't covered. I cannot think of it. I'm just reading questions now. And we'll take this month too to get the charters out to the people who requested charters in their local jurisdictions too. Um, we didn't want to do that until we got the curriculum for the rites of passage out. So we'll get that out, within the next couple of days. And this is constitutionally sanctioned. So don't actually need to go read your constitution. Nobody's trying to force you to do nothing that is not within the rights and responsibilities of the Constitution of ARNA and protocols. The rights of passage manual can be found on the website. You can download that. It's a free download. It's on the page of the Constitution and protocols. You can download that book so you can understand what the rights of passage is about. It's about building the integrity of the families, maintaining the health, and maintaining the institutions of ARNA. Healthy people have more of an inclination to be healthy on all levels. Fat people, greedy people, people suffering from atrophy because they're trying to follow Dr. Sebi diet. All of these are diseases. They're diseases of the mind and the body because they require you to believe. And we are not here to believe. We are here to believe in ourselves. We're not here to believe anything. We are here as scientists to activate our progress. Nothing else. All the rest of that is for the birds. And nothing I'm saying is my own will. Like, this is our jurisdiction's operations. I'm just reminding people just in case they forgot. Can you detox the vaccine if you're forced to take it? My preliminary answer is it's possible. Because one of the things that we have to realize is we don't know what they're putting in these bottles. We know what they're telling us they're putting in these bottles. And if, in fact, what they're telling us they're putting in these bottles is, then the answer is yes. But I don't suspect that all of that information is being unveiled to the public because of who you're dealing with. So my recommendation to you is to not take any of these things. If you're forced to, I can't provide for your family, so I can't tell you what to do. But, you're dealing with a challenging situation. Is Muhammad Abdul Malik? Yes. Muhammad is a title. It started off as a military title. And all you have to do is know the parent languages of what we're calling Arabic. Once you know the etymology of Arabic and the parent languages that gave birth to it, then you know the etymology of the use of the words, and then you can decipher, why words were used and what those words were and where they came from. Any course that we have is on the main website, arnagovernment.org or Aboriginal Medical Association.com. Any course you want to sign up for is at those two websites. Any course. In the past, we had private jurist institutions attempting to create jurists. All right. The problem with that is from examining what they have been doing, most of them are not following the credentialing structure of the primary law firm, ARNA Aboriginal Law Firm. So we're going to fix that too. We're going to get all this stuff tied up. Don't worry about it. The Indigenous of the North thing taught me something. Over the years, people like, to delegate duties and do certain things. And that's fine. If we have it so where we can delegate those duties, then we do it. Right? But as for the remainder of when I'm in office, I'm not having no more headaches. When 2024 comes, if I want to run again, cool. If I don't want to run again, then I won't have no other business to do because y'all not about to stress me out over niggerdom. Can you regrow baldness? Yeah, let me tell you a story. Back in 2008, I was getting alopecia spots. Anybody who was around during that time, they will tell you I had these smooth alopecia spots in my head, and it was because I was eating falafel from this place called Mayo's. I have to ask my ex-wife what the name of that place was because we used to go there all the time. But when I was living in Philly, and so I started develop. This is vegan food now. It's chickpeas in some type of oil. That was the other thing. And then they would have these wraps, with the vegan mayo and some lettuce and, just other things. And it looked healthy, but it wasn't. All right. Because people will put yeast in their breads, which is one of the 6 pathogens. They'll cook stuff in oils, which, depending on what oil you're using, that's a problem. I hear vegan people saying you don't need oils. That's retarded because oils are only hydrocarbons. They're fats. They actually help with gene regulation. So you need fats in your body. You need hydrocarbons, CH3. So, yeah, this is so much misinformation. But anyway, the alopecia went away. I don't get alopecia anywhere on my head now. I got a head full of hair. No spots, a few grays that I get on the side right there. Still working on that. But yeah, so you can cure alopecia. We use the tentacle to do that. And we use catalase as an enzymic factor, which is a melanated antioxidant. I'll just call it that. So catalase helps with splitting hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen to produce energy in the peroxisome in the cell. So if you want to rid yourselves of grays, you have to keep your catalase levels up. But we grow up, high school, college, some of us be drinking, it fucks up our liver. And so our catalase levels drop. That enzyme stops synthesizing. So we can supplement it, and then we can help trigger our body to make that enzyme, because that is the cause of gray hairs. You got all these theories out here. No, gray hair has one cause, and it is too much hydrogen peroxide in the follicle of the hair, period. And the hydrogen peroxide is secreted by immune cells to neutralize toxins. But after that use, the peroxide is supposed to be broken down into H2O and O2. because it's H2O2. That's what peroxide is. But peroxide is a bleaching agent. It bleaches melanin. All right. Hydrogen peroxide is a bleaching agent. But it has its functions when uh, T cells and B cells are using it to, destroy some type of toxin or whatever. And then, you know, the peroxide is supposed to be broken off, and then you have water and you have energy, which in the cell, which is O2, which is oxygen in the mitochondria. So yeah, that's how you solve that. Now the alopecia itself can be caused. It's usually hormonal, um, and so you have to lower the DHT and increase the vitamin D3 and balance the hormones. And there's a lot of ways you can do it externally and internally for the hair. The Mega Leaf will be back in stock this week. Ramadan, we eat right after sunset. Is fruitarian raw vegan the best lifestyle for eating? No, absolutely not. Those are fads. We already broke that stuff down so great, it's just ridiculous. In a world where the earth and the soil is a little bit healthy, you could get away with it if you're, within the Tropic of Cancer, subtropics or tropical. Um, but the vegetation and the fruit have changed over the years. It's like completely different because of, terraforming the earth. Um, I mean, you got to think about life like a scientist. I just got to say that. Like, you got to think about life like a scientist. Telling me a food fad tells me nothing. Like somebody might say, okay, use the keto diet. If you knew what ketosis was in a cell, nobody would be doing the keto eating. Nobody would be doing the keto diet. Nobody. And what you'll notice about people, as soon as they get on it, they have a unique smell because they don't know what ketosis is in a cell. All right. When somebody goes into a diabetic coma, is it not due to ketosis? So, yeah, we just got to keep educating our people because the problem is the website is arnagovernment.org. I'll put that in there. This is one of the websites. And then Aboriginal Medical Association. It's in the chat. So I put both of them in the chat. So yeah. So I think we covered everything. If there's no more questions, I'm about to get off of there. Anything to reverse rotting teeth? Stay away from sugar. Use baking soda, not aluminum-free baking soda, and activated charcoal as a mouthwash and to brush your teeth. It will neutralize the toxins. And the teeth just need to be remineralized. So you need maybe fulvic acid minerals or some other type of natural form of minerals to remineralize the teeth. Teeth are bone. They're the only bone that's exposed outwardly. So when they start rotting, it's usually because of excess bad proteins and sugars and all this other stuff that you're eating. You got to floss, brush your teeth twice a day, and use those substances when you have cavities and they're rotting. But rotting of teeth is a sign of very, very severe illness in the internal organs. Very severe. See, y'all be asking me when stuff is in stock. Y'all gotta understand, like, this is a business. It's not a one-person business. I don't even know when stuff goes out of stock unless I need to know. Y'all telling on me, I'll be like, oh, okay. And then I might remember some notes or something. But I gotta check. I don't know. Once I check, early in the morning, once the week starts, I'll check that. And it goes back in stock quick. One of the things that I don't do though is when I don't have the components to make a formula, I leave it out of stock until I can get it. You know, yeah. With these restrictions and other things, especially when it was really bad, you know, in Georgia, we could still function. I was still mailing stuff or whatever, but I couldn't make certain products because I couldn't get stuff from the tropics like I would usually get it from distributors. So some of the formulas we couldn't make. Yeah, y'all got to understand the power of supplementation. It's because of the agriculture, though. But we got billions of dollars, so what are we investing that money in? If you're not investing it in your indigenous future, what are you doing? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Monatomic gold? Hell no. This is why y'all see the questions that get asked here are the evidence of the type of educational system you come up under and your inability to think with a good foundation. Because anybody who is an ARNA can ask that question very easily and detail why. Monatomic gold. Who puts monatomic metals in their body? Nobody with sense. Metals have to be chelated to molecules, and it only happens through the roots of a plant. And so, you're going to cause yourself problems by taking in gold. It's not even a mineral. It needs to be made into a mineral. And mineral happens through chelation of a molecule that can help take the metal, convert it to a mineral, and then bring it into the body. For years, and where is this monatomic shit coming from? This monatomic shit is coming from all these pseudo new age conscious spiritual people. They're the ones out here pushing this shit. They have no knowledge of biochemistry, no knowledge of chemistry. Let me put this edict out. Black people, I'm not going to tell y'all asses this again. Abandon, boycott, stop listening to all conscious people, period. Now, if you say I disagree, you're an adult, go ahead. The question that I would ask you, I'm not going to ask you, but I'll pose to you. Why do you listen to them anyway? What useful information are you getting from them? In the fields of military and defense, there might be a few, right? But that would be 3D printing and gun printing, which most of y'all are not doing, so I don't want to hear that shit. Economic development. Now, see, here's the one that you usually listen to from, but you around a bunch of scammers. Economic development is based on family code and values. That's the first level. Because you have to identify the most important resource, and the most important resource you have is another person. It's not even gold or silver or the items you can get out of the earth, because that comes out of the earth through people. Now, if you're going to depend on institutions to bring you that forever that are not under your jurisdiction, you're going to have a problem. So economy is directly tied to the family. Maybe some media updates. Some of them give you some media updates. If you're getting some media updates, okay, cool. But biochemistry, chemistry, farming, educational curriculums, health and nutrition, forensics, midwifery, and how to birth children. Some of them are good at the midwifery. All right. a burial, death preparation, all this stuff that means something in life. None of these people are dealing with it. None of them. So I don't know what y'all. I don't know what y'all doing. Well, I do know what y'all doing. You're wasting your time. Yeah, there's no remedy there. There's no remedy there, and you're wasting your time. You know, but it's your time to waste. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's funny. Delbert Blair, he's deceased, so I don't want to. I don't even want to dig that up. But Delbert Blair was saying he got diodes from aliens. Y'all know Delbert Blair was saying that he had diodes from aliens, and Bobby Hemmett was giving y'all a money spell to make $2,500 and selling. Look, think about how fucking stupid this is. A nigga selling you a money spell for money. Why don't the nigga just go do the money spell every morning and he ain't got to worry about nothing? Why the fuck are you even doing lectures? Bobby Hemmett was doing selling money spells for money. I was watching niggas go buy that shit. I was like, the fuck you doing selling a money spell for money? It's the same dude who was talking about anal activation of the chakras. Yo, y'all go get wrapped up tight in some crazy shit. Anybody see? I ain't gonna start on them niggas, man. I ain't gonna start on them niggas. I ain't gonna start on them niggas, bro. Because if I start on them niggas, we're gonna be here another 2 hours. Because y'all gonna have y'all dying laughing because I know all of these motherfuckers from way back in the day, though. I ain't been around them motherfuckers in a long time, but I know all of them. Like the shit was hilarious to us. See, but they were all the children of Dr. York. Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, Delbert Blair, Africa Bambaataa. All those niggas was the children of Dr. York. And Dr. York was the weirdest motherfucker that ever lived. He out weirded white people. This nigga was from Liberia. He was a Native American, and he was from another planet. And black people made him a multimillionaire. He was raping children. I mean, and then his students are doing the same shit. Like, yo, y'all are so. You know what? I'm third polarity. We don't like slow people. We don't like that slow shit. Third polarity don't like that slow shit. And I got Mercury in third polarity. So when you start doing unreasonable shit around me, I get turned away quick. I ain't gonna judge you. I'm just make my way out. But yeah, so y'all listening to the grandchildren of Bobby Hemmett, not physical grandchildren, but and Phil Valentine and all these spooky ass niggas out here. Phil Valentine was on 125th Street saying he needed a passport. He needed what was that shit? I can't remember. He needed like $10,000 in the lecture to get a special diplomatic passport so he can get out of the country because some shit was about to happen that never happened. So yeah, go listen to these weird motherfuckers. They're going. When I talk about the polarity system, I have to give y'all have to sign up for courses. Y'all just behind, man. It's a whole new educational curriculum here to, deal with some sound stuff, and y'all just behind because y'all following the wrong people. Get in class. Yeah, I can't stand. Yo, I hear you, Sher. I can't stand it, bro. I can't stand it. Which is probably why I don't get along with water signs very well, because they are the most illogical, or people who have heavy water in their chart in the world that we live in. Not every one of them, but a lot. They are the most illogical motherfuckers on earth, bro. Like their ability to reason, you have to treat them like children, but they're in adult bodies. Yeah, that gets crazy. I can't deal with it. Oh yeah, they are the children of Dr. York. Dr. York was a crazy motherfucker, bro. Hey, I'm gonna tell you how bad Dr. York was. Let me tell you. Let me break this down for you, because Young Pharaoh and all the niggas was using this. I was the first one, and I was wrong. I was the first one coming out with the RH factor rhesus monkey shit. Nobody wasn't teaching that shit before me. I don't care what y'all niggas talk about. Y'all wasn't teaching that, and I was wrong. So now to this day, people who got RH negative blood think they from another planet and they special, when that is the uh the blood type that is the non-dominant blood type on Earth, that is a result of missing particular chains of amino acids on the red blood cell. It has nothing to do with the rhesus monkey. Even when we did our tour way back in 2012, I was still saying that shit. I ain't saying that shit no more because I know the truth now. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. So that I was back then putting out wrong information that they were stealing from me just to be ahead of the game to try to put it out, and they still talking about it. People like Young Pharaoh. No disrespect to him. I don't see him or talk to him or whatever, but he still putting that shit out. RH factor, rhesus monkey blood, rhesus monkey blood. I started that shit, and I was dead wrong. DEAD wrong. But when you're young and immature, and during those time periods, and this is a long time ago, we was the internet, YouTube was new. We was running with the information, but luckily I had institutions, so I would actually study, and so it had more to do with me depending on the European system because of how they associated the rhesus monkey with the RH factor at a long time ago. Some of them, and so yeah, man. You see, when you have your own institutions, you can do first tier research. First tier research is not you reading a book. First tier research is me, um, using machinery to look at vitamin D3 as a molecule, and then learning how, after you extract it from the body and you put it through a process and you put it back into your body, what happens as a result of that. That's a study. That's a ground. That's when you're doing first tier research. So primary research, if you want to call it primary research, but you have to have institutions to do that. I learned about delivering children and the anatomy of the placenta and the functions of it from actually handling placentas. You know what I mean? I learned about the villi of the intestines and the difference between indigenous people and non-indigenous people from actually looking at cadavers at the University of Pennsylvania. So it's different when you're doing actual primary research. So most of the stuff I hear is third tier research. They're reading from an author who wrote a book from a primary author who talking about the actual primary research. You know how far you are from that and how much stuff gets mangled, So that's the importance of institutions. Institutions allow for you to do primary research. We all from South Africa. I guess there's people gonna say we all from Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis. Man, y'all slow. Stop this. Please stop this. Please stop this. Ain't nobody from no damn Lucy. Lucy was a damn hominid in the sense of the adversely mutated hominids. And what's the white lady name? Evolutionary biologist Jacobson. I forget her name. See, they out here teaching this shit that white people are the original people, bro. That's what they teach in human evolutionary biology. That the skin was pink under the Neanderthal, and they were first. There wasn't no melanated people. Then, by being in the savannas of Africa, the sun made the fur go away, and you develop skin cancers that eventually became melanin. Human evolutionary biologists in the Western world teach that melanin is a result of is skin cancer. I can't make this shit up, bro. Like, and this is what y'all pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go become a biologist or biochemist or whatever. Y'all got to study this shit. Shit is laughable. So no, we're not from no damn Lucy. Well, some of y'all might be from Lucy, because it's black people that are not original people on this earth. Yeah, y'all are from hominids, the mutated ones. Y'all are from hominids. I'm getting to the point where I can look at you now and I can see it. Like, ooh. Yeah, so we gotta reteach ourselves, man. I'm done. I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all done kept me here long enough, right? Let's get up off of this. All right, so we started the fast on Wednesday. So let's go. Let's get this 30-day in. Oh, that's a reminder. You must send, if you're in the talent show, send your information to ARNA Talent 2021 at gmail.com. That is ARNA, ARNA Talent 2021 at gmail.com. If you're in the health contest, weight loss, weight gain, you have to send your information to that same email, ARNA Talent 2021 at gmail.com. So the sisters can get your photo and your weight. With the weight thing, you have to weigh yourself, right? Lawfully, meaning on a short video, show the weight, photo, take photographs of yourself and send it to that email, and send your name, your date of birth, and of course we'll have your email once you send it. And we're going to organize the talent show and the health contests based on those factors. So there's a monetary prize for the person who wins the health contest and one who wins the talent contest. For the talent contest, if you have music or something that you need as instrumentals or whatever, you need to email that information to us so we can have it on file. So, that'll be organized. I can't think of nothing else. That's it. We done. Thank y'all for your time tonight. Hopefully I said something that brought enlightenment or at least a desire to study and make changes in your life. And that's about all. OG is signing out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I'm in my YouTube mode now, so y'all see the Cash App. Y'all know I had I can't even say this online. I was about to. Y'all see the Cash App. Support our movement. I'm Arushi Ali. I was about to snitch on myself. Make Cash App shut my app down again. We done.